Okay, we are now recording, and I'm going to start, by saying good evening, everybody, and welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I got great stuff for everybody to see. As everybody here, take a quick look at the screen. You're seeing four wonderful tanks. Four, count them, four wonderful tanks. And what we are going to do is we're going to unbox them. And why are we unboxing them? Because this is Wave 9 tanks. These are the new tanks that have not hit the shelves yet or anything. Our friends at Gale Force 9. I love our friends at Gale Force 9. I just got these yesterday in the mail. I'm very excited about these, and I'm going to unbox them for you. And this is going to be great. So we are going to start with the M18 Hellcat. We're going to push everything out. And just to give you guys an idea of what these tanks are, we got the M18 Hellcat. We've got the Su-85 for the Russians. We've got the Archer for the Brits. And of course, we have the Jagdtiger for the Germans. So, without further ado, we are going to get started and we're going to get into unboxing. So, we're just going to push these out of our way for right now. Because,
which one are we starting with?
We are going to start here with this wonderful bad boy, the M18 Hellcat. We're going to crack the back open. Now, I did do the smart thing, Patrick.
I don't believe you.
I took out the staple.
I do the same thing.
Gale Force 9, I appreciate the fact that, you got to keep this stuff safe from people stealing. I understand that. I am all for that. But boy, it's hard to get into.
I thought it was so that they don't pop open during shipping.
No, their snap closures are really good. Here is the beautiful, wonderful, outstanding little tank right here. Look at that. It's got a mobile rotating turret on it. So you got 360 wonderful degrees of tank killing fun. And then we're going to
open top.
Yeah, well, And then, of course, right down here, you got your codes right there, which I'm not going to show. Maybe we'll give these away at some point. We really should.
We really should. I have a pile of them.
Let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look here, Patrick. Let's look at this wonderful stat card. We got the M18 Hellcat. This is a tank destroyer. Its cost base is 41. You're going to get 5 firepower, no survivability whatsoever on this.
As it should be.
Because it's a convertible. It does have 3 mobility. So this is a fast mover, and it has 8 initiative. 8 bloody initiative on that. It's got
next to the Cromwell. That's the highest.
Yeah. So we've got hit points of 4. Not a big surprise there because let's face it, it's an open top tank.
4 hit points is. I mean, you have improved hardening now, so you can easily make it 5 for 4 more points, which is now apparently what everyone's just doing with everything.
Well, yeah, because why not, right? It does come with a commander slot, a gunner slot, a loader slot, a driver slot, and of course, our favorite guy, the guy that doesn't do too much, the radio operator.
Oh, how dare you.
Actually, he does a lot of work because he's working with the guy who's the forward observer, and he's going, 3 degrees to the right, 20 degrees to the left, fire, we'll do the stuff there. So, that's what we got there. Of course, here's the backside, right? Says it is a tank destroyer. This tank gains 1 survivability whilst in cover.
Yeah, notice that there's no high explosive on it.
Yes, I did notice that. Isn't that wonderful?
Actually, it is.
So everything
in a world of SPGs, this is amazing.
So everything counts, which is what we want. Let's get into the cards because that's what everybody wants to see. They want to know what this sucker can do.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is unique to the United States. It is a Wright Continental R97.5C4 engine module. Cost of 3 points. So you could equip this on the M4A1 Sherman, the M4A1 Sherman 76, the M18 Hellcat, and the M7 Priest. And what did you get for all that? You get 2 initiative during the movement phase. So now we're at a 10 for movement. Not bad.
Yeah.
For 3-point cost, not bad at all. Now, of course, another United States only kind of card here. It is the 90 millimeter AT gun M3.
90 millimeters.
Yeah, 5 points, and it can only be equipped to the Hellcat. And guess what it gives you? 1 firepower, but it does knock you down 1 initiative for having it.
That'll show it. That now 7 initiative.
7, but if you've got the engine, you're now you're 7, 8, now you're 9. So instead of having the 10 initiative on movement, it goes down. But that's okay. I mean, I can take 9. There's other things we can do. Now we get to a generic card that everybody is going to be able to use, and that is improved aiming. So 4-point cost and go on anybody. So for a tank destroyer or for our self-propelled guns, you're going to get a +3 during the shooting phase. So you're 7 with this, and +3. Now you're shooting at 10. Not bad. Now, if you're any other kind of tank, you're going to get a +2 initiative during the shooting phase. So that's a nice little universal card for 4 points. I'm not complaining about it.
No, not like the fact that it's +3 shooting for tank destroyers.
Yeah, and self-propelled guns.
And
Yeah,
all right, that I'm upset about. But I mean, because now improved aiming is now going to be on my self-propelled guns.
right. So now, our next universal one is a situational awareness, which is a nice card because it's going to bump you up 2 initiative. Period! Exclamation point. So you were bumped down to 7. Now you're at 9. Add your other goodies here. You see, wash, rinse, repeat. I like that. And this falls under the radio operator slot. So there's always 5 cards, Patrick. Always 5 cards, right?
That's not true. There was 4 in
Yeah, but you got 2
in the
tank commander
122.
cards. But you got 2 tank
I
commander
know.
cards. So
You still
be
got
quiet.
them too.
So now we have Abel Smythe. He's a unique crew. He is a commander, and he's going to give you concealment. So you're going to get another +1, okay, while in cover. So now your survivability, if you're in cover, is now 2 because of the special actions of the tank, right?
Well, that'd be 3 because you get cover +1 for cover, and then another one while in cover. So you're sitting at 3 in
Okay.
cover.
So also you get recon. So you're going to get a +1 initiative during the movement phase. At the start of the game, immediately after deployment, this tank may make up to 2 moves.
That's. Can we pause on that for a moment because
Let's
let
look
me tell
here.
you.
Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
pointing at?
The initiative and the movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my first thing, I'm going to go 2 movements. Here, we'll start at this end of the screen. We're going to go 1, 2,
Yeah.
and then we're going to go 3. Here's 3, 4. Oh wait, 5. Oh wait, where'd he go? Nobody knows, right? He's a fast mover on that very first turn.
So that's what we're seeing with a lot of people in their light tanks. They're putting recon on it. They're
Mhm.
flying them across the table
Yep.
to help mark with. Get it into SPG range, so where you can do your relay and then also your desert or what's the target one to where you can target something
Oh,
from the SPG.
Oh,
Requesting fire.
Requesting fire. Yeah, as long as
So
you got eyes
basically-
on target.
Yeah, you can run up your light tanks with recon. I tried the same thing with the Cromwell. It works great. You move 3, you recon. This guy, same thing, can move somewhere, sit in cover, still have the 3 mobility in case it wants to gut back a little bit. And it's a great starting card even for 9 points. It's still great.
So and here's the best part. What I like about this. So we got a 41 cost. So it's cheaper than the Sherman. You've got cards that are going cross tanks. Okay, so you got that engine, which is going to be helpful on a lot of things. You can bump up its firepower, but you're losing that initiative. But they're giving you cards here. I mean, literally, you could put all of these on this tank, and you would have a very formidable beast on the mat.
Yeah, so you're at 58 and then 47, or no, sorry,
So
67.
55, 59, 64. Yeah, 67 points for
Yeah.
as equipped out of the clamshell. Not terrible. It's
So
not terrible. And face it, Gale Force 9 is getting into tournament mode.
yes.
When we've been talking with them, and they're getting ready to have a bunch of tournaments, and they're going to be 200-point tournaments. 67 points right here. That'll fit nicely into something there. Um, so not to mention the other shenanigans you can do with the other cards that you already have. So
I know.
this is a very nice tank, and
It's a good starting tank.
it's
My problem with the tank destroyers right now is light tanks and SPGs. The good thing is this doesn't have light. It doesn't have light flank, correct? There's nothing on it that says.
no, no.
Okay, so that's a plus already. I mean, you
Okay,
can't go negative
the
survivability.
only
Thank
thing on it,
goodness.
this tank destroyer, this tank
That's it.
gains a +1 while in cover. That's
Yeah.
it.
So no light flank. It doesn't have high explosive.
Right.
I mean, basically, what I'm trying to get at with tank destroyers is with the SPG now in effect on the table, it's going to be really hard to make them effective because if you even in cover, this thing sits there. You've got requesting fire. You've
Yeah.
got the light tank that spots you. You shoot from your priest, which you can jack up its shooting initiative, even though it is initiative 1. You've got relaying. You've got other ways to boost its firing power. And then all of a sudden, the SPG hits this 4 health tank that either hasn't moved or maybe you did move, thankfully, that gives you the 3 defense and
Right.
you're in cover. But that SPG just does the light heat shell, or it then shoots you. It doesn't have the high explosive and it nails you with all 7 dice with full rerolls. So, like, I really want people to think when they put these Hellcats out there, just
Yeah.
don't think you're going to be able to sit
Yeah.
there and shoot away. You're going to have a strategy for them. You're going to have to figure out basically what's going to come at me and spot me, and am I going to have a high enough initiative to kill it before that SPG fires?
Yeah.
If that works, then you're going to be golden because this thing will have 6 attack power. You recon it up, you got full rerolls because you hadn't moved yet, and you kill whatever's trying to spot you with that requesting fire, and then you're safe. You're good.
Yeah. And
then
it's
then you move and go kill the SPG with your Hellcat.
yeah, and it's a great model. I mean, it's really good detail, especially inside of the cupola. I mean, it's well done. You know, Typical of Gale Force 9, they're doing a bang up job with these tank models. I mean,
I always love
really,
it. That's a great thing. Their quality doesn't really drop.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
I just think as a starting off point for tonight's unboxing, I mean, that's a pretty decent tank right there. It really is. It's a good vehicle. I'm rather pleased with that. Now we're gonna go look at another tank now.
Yeah, what's next?
The SU-85. So
Yeah.
once again, I love the fact that I took out the staple. And
Yeah,
I'm just
so
gonna
this
pop it
I
out
mean,
here.
so this is a drop down from an SU-100.
Yes, it is.
Yes? No? Maybe?
So let me get rid of some stuff. Here it is. Look at here. We'll take a look at it later. But I'm gonna open up the back once again. Of course, you get your codes and all that good stuff, which we're not worried about seeing right now. All right, here is our wonderful, 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 wonderful stat card. All right, so we'll park him right there. He's actually a pretty sizable tank, especially when you compare it. He's a little bit longer, but all right. So here's where we get into the meat and potatoes. 5 firepower, 1 survivability, because of course he is enclosed. 3 mobility, 3 initiative. You got 4 people into the crew. So you got a commander, radio operator, a gunner, a loader, a driver, 4 hit points. Very similar to the Hellcat, right?
Yeah.
40 points.
I know. And the fact that, see, the Hellcat is a turret. This is an assault gun.
This is an assault gun. It is a tank destroyer. And once again, if we look here, You have the assault gun rule. This tank has restricted line of sight and fixed field of fire. Now it's on page 11 in the rule book. So basically, anything from this point forward, that's what you got. You got nothing on your sides, you got nothing in your rear. So, take that into consideration. It is a tank destroyer, so this tank is going to gain a +1 while in cover.
Yep.
All right.
Well, I want to say,
Yeah.
the Russians.
The
The
Russians.
only reason that the Russians might survive with these tank destroyers with no turret,
Right.
is Makar Yuzkov. 4 points. He's the only thing that has clutch braking. At the end of the movement phase, you may rotate this tank to face any direction.
Right.
This does not generate a movement token. It also has repair. This tank may make an attempt to repair an additional card this turn for 4 points.
Right.
So that is, I think, the first card you should put on any of these Russian tank destroyers.
Well, we're going to see, because now we're going to get into what comes in there. Now, the first thing, Russian only, of course, right? It's 122 millimeters. It's the M30S gun for the SU-85 only, and it's going to give you a +1 on your firepower for -3 points.
Wait. Oh, it adds the high explosive. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
You do have high explosives. You are going to discard all your hits before assessing damage. Now, there are other cards out there that will allow you to change one hit to a crit. But
yeah,
I played a game last night where I was using high explosives, and it worked out pretty well for me. I'm not going to kid you.
Absolutely.
But you go from 40 down to 37. Not bad, okay? So now we're going to add yet another Russian-only card. The V-2-34 engine module. Once again, it is for an SU-85 or a T-34. You're going to get a +2 during the movement phase, and you get to re-roll a failed repair roll when repairing an engine fire crit card. 3 points. So now you're back up to 40. So you got those wonderful 2 little cards there. Let's go. We just saw this. Once again, improved aiming. 4-point card. We just saw it the last time with the Hellcat. So they're giving, some help here with the aiming, especially with the tank destroyers and with the self-propelled guns. Once again, you're still getting a bump of +2. That's not a terrible thing. So now we are at 40.
You need to bump up either moving initiative or shooting initiative. You need something.
But now we're at 44 points. Shooting. We're at 44 points with a 6-dice shot. Concealment. This is a universal card. So was improved aiming. Any position, it's a +1 while in cover. So you've got a 1 of survivability. If it's in cover, it's got an extra already from the back of the card, right? And this is going to give you a 3 survivability rate. Now, here's where it gets fun. Leon oh my word. Kokolov. Yeah, that guy. Once again, 6 points. That's it, 6 points. He's the commander. You're going to be able to repair. This tank may attempt to repair an additional critical card each turn. That's a nice card, and you're not discarding it to do that. He's hanging with you. Now you're going to get 6 cents with it, which is an awfully nice card. At the start of the shooting phase, roll a die on a hit or a crit. This tank may make a single move. This move does not increase its movement token. That's not a bad thing. And if you took this card and put it with the card that allows you to move 180 degrees or make a final movement like that at the end of your turn, that's not bad either, right?
No, you can get some extra cover out of it or extra movement. Because when you rotate, you could stretch it out a little bit further. Maybe if you 6 cents, you can stretch out a little bit further.
So 56 points.
I'm not gonna lie. I love Leon. The fact that 6 cents is 6 points, and you get repair and 6 cents for saving a point.
6 points.
Takes your commander slot.
Mhm.
That's solid.
Yeah. So I mean, you're getting a crew here. You got any position here, so technically that is a crew. I mean, there's lots of things you can do with these. Um, I'm not hating this tank either.
Yeah, because that one's 43 points in total. Uh, I want to see what's the difference between that and a SU 100.
I would have to get my cards out to take a look at that. If you
Well,
have
that's what I'm
yours,
looking at right now. Hold on,
okay.
because I'm really wanting to know what the difference is between the SU 100 and the SU 85
Well,
when it
one's
comes to
Russian,
points.
you know.
I swear. Okay, so 51 points compared to 43. That's not that. I mean, that's pretty big of a difference in points.
Yeah,
But the SU 100 gives you 6 attack power, 2 survivability, only 2 mobility, same initiative, and 1 more hit point. Uh, I'm gonna but this SU 100 doesn't have
it's
the high explosive.
right. Whereas you can do that with here. Uh,
I don't know.
it becomes a game of cards again. How do you
You
want to
know what?
equip this tank?
I like it. I like the fact that you've got a little bit of less health, not as much firepower. You can bump it up to the 6 and get
Right.
high explosive, but that 3 mobility, 1 survivability, 4 health.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, you know what? I don't need that. I need the SU 100. I need a little bit more health. I don't mind so much the mobility, and I really want that extra firepower.
Yeah. So, and I mean, once again, look at the nice clean lines, the nice, great detail in here. Uh, you know, unfortunately, God, it doesn't move. It doesn't rotate. Ugh. That would be so nice if it could. But, you know, it's not, a good solid tank for a good solid battle. Let's face it. Um, so far, I'm going to say, okay, we've had two good tanks so far come out of here. We've had two pretty decent tanks. I mean,
I like it.
uh,
I like the fact that if you want to shave points real quick, you can drop down to the 85
yeah,
and still have relatively the same game plan without cutting too much.
right. And you save your points for your battle. Remember, 200 points is seems to be where Gale Force 9 is going for their tournaments. So
Yeah.
these are economical here. You're going to be able to insert these. It's just giving you way more options than what we had. If you don't want to run the SPGs, okay, throw in a tank destroyer. All right, we can. There's things if you want to have some action economy. If you want to save some points to get the extra upgrade cards on other tanks, there's a lot we can do with these. So now we are going to move to our good friends over in England. We're going to look at the Archer tank right now.
Oh, there you go.
The
Now
Archer.
we're getting to the serious business.
Yes, we are. We are getting into some serious monkey business here with the Archer. Get rid of that clamshell, and now we're gonna
Because
put.
I say serious because this is oh my goodness, this tank. Go ahead, put it up there.
Yeah, you can see it right there. There it is, right there. And I will put it for comparison to the 88, so it is shorter. Okay, no big deal. We'll compare it to. It's almost, let's face it. It's probably got about the same size barrel, maybe. Let's see. We'll flip that. Nope, it's got a long barrel. That's good. So this is gonna be fun. So let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
I wanted you to show them the stat card.
It's right here. I'm holding it right here. You see it? It's a stat card. You can read the number. No, I'm going to stop being that guy. Here we go. All right. We got the Archer. It is an assault gun. It is a tank destroyer.
Are you covering the points on purpose?
Yes, I am.
You
Just to irritate you. So
exactly.
we got the firepower of 5, course, we got a 0, unfortunately, for the survivability. It's a 1 mobility, and it's got a 2 initiative.
So
Here it comes.
four,
Are you ready?
four hit points. This
Four.
thing is so open top.
It's
It's a
got a
big, it's
commander,
wide
a
mouth
gunner,
can.
a driver, a loader, radio operator. You talk about busy in the back seat, right?
Oh yeah.
28 points.
I don't know how I feel about this tank.
28 points, and you've got, of course, the assault gun. It's a restricted line of fight and fixed field of fire. You do get an extra one for being in cover, so that's 1. Yeah, 4
It's
hit
so
points.
cheap.
28 points.
It's not the cheapest tank, but
No,
man, is
no.
it a contender for the cheapest tank.
So we start off with, of course, a English specific card at 3 points. It is a 17-pounder Mark 7 gun, and it's going to increase your firepower for 3 wonderful points up to 1.
All right, staple that to the thing. Good.
Okay,
Excellent.
so here we go. Kathonk, right? So we've
Yep.
stapled it there. Next card. Once again, it is specific to the UK, 2 points. You're getting a new GM 6062 6-tac 71M engine, which is going to give you 2 during the movement phase. Now here we
So you're at a
go.
whopping 4.
Here we go. For another 2 points, you're getting a heavy APCR shell. Tanks with base 5 or greater, right? So you're going to discard to use this. So this is the Hail Mary card for 2 points. You're going to add 1 plus firepower when attacking tanks at close range. So you go from your 5 to your 6 because we stapled on the 17-pounder gun. And then when you get to close range, you're throwing another extra die. So you are now at 7 while they are, if the tank has the light flank, they're losing that die, right? Because of the close range stuff there, which is not a bad thing. So 28, 31, 33, 35 points so far, right?
So I'm just going to say, no, if it gets to the point to where you need to use the heavy shell, I think you can already assume that it's over.
Yes.
Unless you are running up with your 1 strong mobility to punch something. But
Now looky here, we have another specific tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, the Brits. You're going to get a unique crew who is a driver. You're going to get Hubert McDowell. And Hubert gives you off-road driving. So you're going to get a positive 2 bump during the movement phase, and you're also getting preventive maintenance. So when you are, defending, pardon me, when you are defending, this tank may modify a hit to a crit.
yeah,
It's not the most exciting, and it's 8 points.
I know. Like that might get me to invest in that card because they are both drivers. I do like off-road driving. Preventive maintenance for basically, I believe, 5 points. Oh, it's a lot.
Holy crow.
I don't know. I don't know if I would invest on this tank to have that because if again, with 4 hit points, you're basically going to eat it.
Right, but
I like preventative maintenance on your heavy tanks or more healthy tanks.
So if you had a tank and you wanted to kill this, because it's got 4 points, who are you bringing out to do that?
Oh, always the SPG. That's the new hot thing.
Well, I think we found a new staple card.
Depends on how much it is.
It is a commander card for 3 points. Sound detection. It is a basic crew. 3 points, sir. Plus 1 survivability when defending against an SPG.
I like it. It's cheap. It's generic.
And everybody can have it.
I just wish it was more survivability.
Well, it's a +1. So, and don't forget if you're in cover and all the goodies, right? So far out of the we've opened 3 tanks now. Okay, we have opened 3 tanks. This is my least favorite, just
Of the tanks,
of the tanks.
I think this is my favorite just on style because of its cheap cost and
Yeah,
it's one mobility. I don't. Why am I in love with tanks that are one mobility? I have no
I
idea,
have no
but I
idea.
do.
Maybe you're thinking back in World War I, but
Yeah, even better.
but
But I like this to where I don't have to invest much in it. It doesn't have uh, much going for mobility and survivability. But
no.
again, if I can get it to take out more points than it's worth, then it's worth the points.
So I mean, okay. So we're at 28. So there's 31, 33, 35, 38, 40, 46 points right there.
Yeah,
46
I mean,
points. So
immediately I'm
if
not
you
putting
have,
on
yeah,
Hubert. I know I'm not putting that on.
yeah. But if you have to be economical, oh, Jesus, I only got, 50 points left. Here you go. You got a tank, right? You get rid of this. You might put something else in there. You got this staple card that can go on to, say, your heavier hitters because you know that they're aiming for you. That's not a terrible thing. I'm not. I'm just going to say it's a lackluster for me. Your mileage may vary on it, and that's okay. It really is. Um, Yeah,
I don't
it,
know.
it
It
all
might.
it all depends on how you are playing your game, the style that you're going with, all that good stuff. I mean,
I know.
that's what it
I,
boils down to.
and
I
that's the
mean, it
thing.
is a
I
pretty
would
tank.
I would have to check it or try it or test it to see
Yeah.
is it worth trying that strategy to where I can either relay or swap initiatives with something else like,
Now,
the
if you look
Cromwell.
inside there, I don't know if you could see that close. There are the shells
Oh,
inside.
that's neat.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, this is I'm looking at the loader's seat in there, and I could see the shells to the right. The breech is absolutely beautiful in there. I mean, you can. Let me see if I can get that. I mean, look at that. Look at how cool that is inside of there. That is just an
Hmm.
absolutely wild and crazy. This is a great looking vehicle, and the detail once again. Let's face it, they're doing great with their stuff.
Yeah. No, but I think this has a spot somewhere. I would like to try it out to where I can hone it in, figure out how I can jack up its shooting for that maybe
Right,
1 or 2 turns
right.
and annihilate something. Like if I can kill even half of a heavy tank with it, I think that's going to be worth the 40 points I might have to spend in order to put it to good use. I know there's light tanks out there, there's SPGs at the cost of the same, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I think this might work somehow.
I I don't disagree. I do not disagree. I know for my style of play, I'm not. That's not going to be a go-to tank for me
No, it's going to be
unless
hard work.
it's going to be hard work, and I hate hard work. I mean,
Well, so I think that's where tank destroyers are right now because again, SPGs. So it's gonna be some hard work to make a tank destroyer amazing, unless you're taking something like the
yeah,
Challenger.
yeah,
And Talanos can attest to that. Actually, anyone who's taken the Challenger can attest to how good that tank is.
yeah,
Even though it's 73 points, it's still worth every point.
yeah. Now I am currently taking out a tank right now that they can't see on screen yet because I
It's
let's
too
face it,
big to fit on camera.
yeah, it's huge. It's huge, Jimmy. But I am going to show it now. Here it is in its splendor. It's a Jagdtiger.
The Jagdtiger.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read the back of the card first. Okay.
Yeah, read the little history about it.
So it comes as an assault gun first off. So this tank has restricted line of sight. Obviously, turret doesn't move. It also is a big gun. So when attacking, you may modify a hit to a crit, which is good because, let's face it, you need that help. Light
Crit's
flank.
good.
It has light flank. When this tank is the target of a side shot, you're going to subtract an additional defense die. And of course, it is a tank destroyer, so when it's in cover, you're getting the 1 extra. And I'm going to do this. Okay, so we know what it's got. It has 7 firepower out the gate, Patrick. 7. 4 survivability.
Yeah.
2 mobility. It's only got a 2 initiative. Can you read that?
10 health.
10 hit points. You got 3 in the green, 3 in the yellow, 2 in the orange, and 2 in the red.
That is insane.
Adrenaline rush, anyone? Think about it.
It comes with adrenaline rush.
Right? So you're going to get a commander, a radio operator, a driver, a gunner, a loader, and a loader.
Oh, yeah. No, that's because the shells are way too big for one person.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
107 points of a cost.
That is the most expensive tank as of now.
So,
more than the Tiger 2.
Just for giggles, let's see. This one, yeah, I'm gonna put that one right there.
Yeah.
It's taller. It's longer. Leon's getting larger, and it is most definitely wider.
Yeah, jeez. So we don't really talk much about meta because the game has just started, and we're like, people are putting their lists forward and seeing what's good and what works and what doesn't.
Right.
The fact that this tank exists and you may have to plan for it might just alleviate for the other tanks to see some play, because hell, if I'm planning to destroy this thing, which is going to take like everything.
Correct. Your SPGs are going to have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to you are gonna have to get in line, and that's the thing. Normally, when you hit with your tanks, you're going to annihilate whatever you hit. This
Yeah.
thing can take about 3 rounds of fire with no problems whatsoever.
Right. And with 4 survivability. So if it moves 2 and okay, it moved 2, it's got 4 survivability. There's your 6 dice altogether. Done. Right?
Or it just starts in cover. There you go. You now have all 6 dice.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to move. It gets 6 dice
Correct.
as default.
Well, it is a tank destroyer, sir.
Let's run it down. The poor Chafee that pops its head out. The poor Sherman that might pop its head out.
It's toast. It's done.
Anything that this thing has line of sight to is just going to get nailed.
So
and
107 points. Well, let's add some points to it. We're going to give it a Maybach HL 210 TRM P30 engine, which can be used on the Panther, the Jagdpanther, and the Jagdtiger.
All right, 1.1 movement, not bad.
Okay. Cost of 1 point. Wow, we're at 108 points now. This one we've seen before. It is universal, whereas this card, of course, is for German only. Binocular telescope. While stationary, this tank may modify a hit into a crit when shooting a tank that is not at close range. Nice. Hey, have we seen this card before tonight? Oh, improved aiming. Once again, 4 points. It's bumping you up to 3 because, hey, I am a tank destroyer.
A really good card.
So we have 7 firepower, right? Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows that when you get that crew stunned card, it bumps you down 1. Or that optic damage card bumps you down 1. No, you're going to stay at 7. It has the gunner slot, it's armorer. That's kind of a nice feature. So you always get to fire off at 7. Isn't that wonderful?
Absolutely.
We were talking about adrenaline rush. There we go. Let's see. This is Andreas Hartmann. He is a nice German. He gets automatically as a loader, you're going to get Adrenaline Rush. So when you finally get into the 9 and 10 slot and you're a 7 and you're in the red, you're throwing 8 dice. He also
Yeah.
has firefighting to re-roll a failed repair roll when repairing an engine fire. Critical card. And this is
God
not
help
a
you.
discard to use card. This is, hey, I'm here. I'm fine. Everything's great. So we go 107 points, 108, 108, 112, 116, 117, 119 points out of the box.
Yeah.
You're only in a tournament situation. And I say this, in a tournament situation, you are only going to see one of these. Because it's a 200-point list, right? One. I'd say one is enough, right?
Yeah, you can't fit 2.
No, you can't. Not even if you ran it naked at 107 points, which you could run this one naked. It's still got 7 firepower.
I'm thinking if you take 2 light tanks and just have a ball.
Patrick, what's missing from here?
You got me.
It doesn't have a heat round. So whatever it throws, hits and crits,
Yeah, it doesn't have high explosive.
doesn't have high explosive, so hits and crits.
Matter of fact, with this upload or with this build, you get basically to modify 2 dice to crits.
Yeah. So let's be realistic. It's a 7 dice attack. If we threw 7 dice and only, let's say, 4 were hits, or that's a lot of dice hitting you. You best, and if it's stationary and in cover and it hits you, the only thing you got going for you is your. Let's be real. It's going to be how many times you moved in your base survivability. This is an evil, mean, horrifically beast of a. This is a beast.
And this is the other thing. So it has light flank. So you're in
Yeah.
its side shot. That's -2 instead of -1. Let's say you took 2 movements to get there. It's in cover. You've done nothing.
Yeah.
It still gets all 6 dice.
Yeah. I mean,
the other, if I could run 2 light tanks with this and still have points for something else, you bet your bottom dollar.
Okay.
I'm running those 2 light tanks.
It is in
near
the
something
palm of my hand.
to get 8 attack power out of this thing.
Yeah. I mean,
and God help you.
Here,
God help you if you can survive an 8 attack that can reroll.
yeah, I'm going to change the camera here really quick, just to give you.
Right ahead.
Look at the size in
It's
my
a tiger.
hand. In my hand. I mean, I could get my fingers around. Can anybody say, battleship? Battleship. It's huge. And
is the Tiger 2 at 9 or 83?
Yeah.
Sorry, so I'm taking a Tiger 2 and a Jagdtiger. Call it a day.
Yeah.
So that's a horrible list, but I
only
still
need,
have so much fun.
You only need the 2 and you run them naked and have a great day. Right?
Oh, that'd be a funny list. I would love to see what that can do.
Oh, it would be beautiful. I mean, this is just the mantlet, the detail that they went. I look at the aft deck here. I mean, it's crazy good. It's crazy good.
They really do a good job with matching the photo in the card to the actual physical tank.
So I'm gonna line these tanks up here for everybody to get an idea of what's going on. I'm gonna line them up from the back here, and then I'm gonna give you a nice view.
Yeah.
Look at I mean, yeah, that's just.
So this is usually where we do. Which do you think was the best looking tank out of the group?
The best looking tank? I've got to give it actually to the Jagdtiger. The detail is exquisite on it. Second place is going to the Hellcat. Third place is going to go, and it's a close third, by the way, to the Archer. And last place, let's face it, it's a Russian tank. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's the
bare
Russian.
bones. It's the only guy. It's the only people I know that put the gas tanks on the outside of the vehicle.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to install a gas tank on the inside of a tank? No way, never gonna work.
Well, they did it here. You know, it's
Oh wait, you cared about your troops. Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Russians were nefarious for like, yeah, we got plenty of people.
Listen, those tanks were built so cheaply and they had so many people just thrown in them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It was
So
like, who cares? Get tank out there with people.
yeah,
We have more tanks, we have more
yeah.
people. It always works.
Boris, get back in. No problem. No problem, boss.
But it's cold outside. I
No,
know, right? It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Usually, hey, if we have vodka, you have no problem. Um, you
So
know,
I'm gonna say the Archer is number one, and then the Jagdtigers two, and then the Hellcat, and then the SU.
well, the
So,
great thing, Patrick, is you are allowed to have an opinion, no matter how wrong it is.
exactly.
I've learned that on the internet because no matter what my opinion is, it's always wrong, especially if I ask my wife. So,
Exactly. Even with 3,000 likes, it doesn't matter.
so I mean, did anybody have any questions in the chat at all or no?
Oh yeah, they were checking to see how many points they actually, sorry, they wanted to double check how many points the Tiger was, and also what
Yeah,
some of the cards did, and just saying that they love the sound detection, which is +1 when defending against an
yeah.
SPG.
Is that not a staple card?
I mean, it's one of those things to where if I can carry this over something else,
Right.
like in hardening,
Yeah.
if I don't like that because of SPGs, and I'm like, you know what, I'd rather just have the extra die when I'm defending.
Yeah.
Your odds, of course, are not as good as an actual hull, but I mean, if you're continually getting shot at and you're dodging it successfully, then it's worth more points than the 4 for advanced hardening, or not advanced hardening, but the hardening that gives you an extra red hull.
Yeah.
And if I am in a tank destroyer and I don't want to take concealment, I'd rather just take the sound detection. That's
Right.
saving me 3 points there. So yeah, no, this is a great card that
Yeah.
comes with the Archer. So I mean, even if you don't want the Archer tank, this might be something that you would buy just to get that card.
Hey, Patrick, guess what?
What?
Gale Force 9 sent us other stuff too. Okay?
Excellent.
Just like that. What's that? Oh, it's a World of Tanks miniatures game, gaming dice, and token set? What? What is this mystical magic thing? Let's take a look. I did take the cellophane off. This does come, of course, with a code on the bottom, as usual, because that's how they roll. This is a decorative tin, as you can see. Probably about 1.5 inches, almost, tall. It's kind of nice. I'm going to pop the top. Oh, look, there's stuff inside, Patrick. There's a card. Oh, look. RNG strikes again. It's a consumable for 8 points. You have to discard to use this card. You are going to re-roll any advantage roll or attack, defense, or repair roll on any friendly tank. So this card, if you completely blank out while your tank is stationary, and you get the reroll, and you blank out again, for 8 points, I'm going to get a third bite at that apple.
This card has me for 8 points.
For 8 points, sir. 8
I'm
wonderful, great points.
I'm thinking that this is like might be one of those cards to where I try it out a lot before I make a solid decision on whether or not this should be in every one of my lists.
Yes, well, you get one in the pack.
That's all I need.
So, what else do we get? Well, you're going to get a World of Tanks movement arrow. This is nice clear acrylic with really cool backings. You're going to get an advantage token. You're going to get count them, two wonderful objective tokens. You are going to get 1, 2, 3 destroyed tokens, all inside of there, which is absolutely really, 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 really nice. Because who doesn't like destroyed tokens? We like flames. We do.
I'm not gonna lie, it does add, like that little nice touch adds
Oh,
to
so
the
much.
game. I love it. I love even like the little ceramic one, or not ceramic, the little plastic ones that people put on their tanks,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's on fire. I love it. Those are
Okay.
like my favorite part.
We got 3 damage. We got three numbers. So 3 1 damage tokens. We have 3 2 damage tokens. We have 2 3 damage tokens, and we have 1 5 damage tokens. But wait, there's more. You're going to get 3 movement tokens of the 1 variety. You're going to get 3 movement tokens of the 2 variety. You're going to get 3 tokens of the 3 variety right there. There's something else in the box, Patrick.
Oh, this is yeah. There's a lot to this.
There is. Oh, I'm not going to kid you. I like this. So, there's your, let's see, we'll put that right here. There's your hit token or your hit die. Look at that. Look at that. There's your crits.
These are frosted.
Oh, these are marbled.
Yeah,
And
they are amazing dice.
so I'm just going to do that. And you get all that in this tin. And this comes out. So if you want to keep you're just going to throw that into the bottom like that. And then you'll put in your cover on top. Or you could just rest it on top while it's in the box. Just like that. This little thing fits there. Because you know it's Gale Force 9. They've given you pockets for everything now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the card alone. I mean, it's just like,
Do you know how many times I need that advantage roll and it fails? Or I
right.
do the roll with the tank that needed to move and I
Yeah.
didn't get my re-rolls and I need this to hit and it fails. Like spending 8 points to be
Yeah.
able to not make sure, increase my odds of something happening.
And
This
as you
might
can
be worth
see,
8 points.
that this is raised. So, I mean, this is a pretty cool tin for your storage. I'm going to change my camera angle here again so we can show our dice a little bit.
Yeah.
There's my hot little palm of a hand right there. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Those are amazing looking.
They're gorgeous. They're absolutely outstanding. I mean, they just are. I mean, you know, I'll write it up there. Look at that nice swirl, that nice marbleization, that white little touch of black, grays in there. You know, that goes, you know, and here we'll show the fit without the bags because, you know, not everybody's going to use the bags that came with it, but if you want to, you can go for it. So I'm going to put my dice right there. I'm going to throw my those right there into that
I
side.
love the objective tokens. Those I like that they're multicolored.
Yeah, they're nice. I'm just going to throw all of this over to here. Now, if you had purchased their token set, because this is the token set that they had for sale earlier, you can throw that right into there. What I really like about these tokens is they put the fabric on the back to stop them from sliding around.
Nice.
I'm pushing that around. I mean, here's the bigger token. I'm trying to push that around. Here, let me move the arrow. You got to get onto it to move that sucker. That fits into there. You know, you could put your other gaming tokens right into this tin. This card, I'm just going to stick right here and do that. And look at that. Everything, a place for everything in its place right there in this really cool tin. Loving
Now,
this.
can that fit in the garage?
No.
What if I take out one of my bottom trays that I don't use?
Then yes.
There you go.
So, but Patrick, I said there was more.
But wait, there's more. What do we got?
I am going to borrow this card here. This one right here. Do you see it? It just happens to be the Jagdtiger.
Jagdtiger, you know, 107 point tank.
World of Tanks, stat tokens. Stat tokens, Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to remove it. This, oddly enough, does not have a code on it. It's the first time I've seen that. So, let's get down to the good stuff, shall we? All right.
Yes.
Here's your initiative tracker. Now, what's that say? Firepower, right? We were able to bump this up. Remember?
Yeah, with multiple different options.
There's a flat side to this token that corresponds to the flat side of this. You take your dry erase pen and write on the top of that token. And that is how you keep track of what your stats are. Oh, wait. Is there one for mobility? Well, there is. And it has a flat that goes on the other side. And if you look carefully, the image that is inside of this small token matches up with the image of the card. So this track goes through the token and lets you to be able to line it up just that much easier. And you're able to change your stat there. But wait, here's another firepower one. And here is another firepower one. So wait a second, you mean we could use these for multiple tanks? Yes, you can. Hey, did we change the initiative? I think we did. Let me put that here. Write it. You're done, right? You got an extra initiative token. I'm going through these because this is fun. There, look, another firepower. So you get 4 firepowers in this. 4, count them. 4, right? You're going to get another mobility token. That would go there, right? You're going to have another initiative token. You have a, let's increase our survivability too. It lines up. It's beautiful, right? And you're going to have another initiative token. Now, here's where things get interesting. You're going to get another survivability token. Now, so you're going to get 2 mobilities. You're going to get 4 initiatives. You're going to get 4 firepowers, and you're going to get 2 survivabilities. Then they have other tokens. So you know how we have the token or the cards that during the movement phase add something to us? They have smaller tokens to let you know that during the movement phase, this gets bumped up. You're going to write it right there. So you got 2 movement phase ones. Also, it goes for the shooting phase. Right? This is absolutely fantastic. This is a wonderful idea. And it's all, you get to write on it whatever you need. And that is absolutely great. And, you've got movement phase and you've got movement phase. So you're getting, 4 tokens for the movement phase. You're getting 4 tokens for the shooting phase. What do you think of that?
I think that's a great deal.
Yeah.
I like that it's 4.
Yeah.
It's consistent with what I usually run. I love the fact that you can write it on and erase it and reuse them.
Yeah. And you can keep track of your initiatives here as well. This is really stupidly cool. I like the fact that they're on the card if you so choose to do it that way. It's a wonderful idea, and it was well done.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
yeah, this is just a really good like gimme. I believe that this kit, this one here, which is just the stat tokens, I believe that's 15.
Are you saying $15?
Yeah.
That's an incredible deal.
For this set right here, I believe this is 25.
All right, but I mean, it's a little bit more. You get more of the tin.
Yeah. And
more tokens.
you got more storage. And that card. I'm sorry. That
Just re-roll everything.
there's just you don't like your roll? Here you go. Re-roll that sucker. So this is all right here. And there's one other thing that Gale Force 9 has sent to us. And we are going to do a separate video for that, though, because it is called the Ranked Battles Kit. And this is when you go to your stores and you're getting into competitions there. You're going to see how everything is laid out so you can keep track of where everybody's at during said competition and tournaments and things like that. This will be an item that is sold only to game store owners so that they can host their tournaments. So, you know, for that Saturday afternoon game or for their store championships or anything like that. That's going to be for them. We're going to do a separate video on that because it's larger than the area that we have to work with right here, right now. I have to adjust cameras and things like that so that we can show it. But tonight we wanted to give you as much as we could. So we gave you 4 tanks and we gave you a pretty cool Dyson token set and these the initiative tracker set is, I'm sorry, it's just cool. It's just cool.
No, because we do sell initiative trackers because we knew during the game, like sometimes you
face it, I get confused.
Yeah,
I mean, anybody who's ever watched me play a game knows I get lost easily. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so I needed the help to do that. These are fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I can't imagine playing without them actually.
Yeah, because you know, and before we made the tokens, we were writing it on little scraps of paper. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't play without something showing what the initiatives are of my card. Even because I remember people were saying, "What are you guys doing to track who moves and who shoots?" It's like we're writing them down next to the card table on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Here's a nice little erase board for you. Easy."
Yeah. And this is a wonderful idea from the twisted minds at Gale Force 9, and you know, you guys keep your minds nice and twisted. Keep coming up with really good ideas like this. And I'm sorry for $15. This is a very good price point for this. It just is. Even
I bought acrylics for other games. They're expensive.
Yeah, and for $15, I got all of this to keep my tanks. I mean, let's face it. Gee, I wonder where I could put these. Oh wait, I could put them in my tin, right? So $15, $25. I mean, I'm gonna say it. This is worth $25 to me.
Just the tin.
Just
I'd pay for the tin.
Yeah, well, but you know, the decorative tin. It's embossed. It's raised up. It's got great graphic on it. It's got good background to it. It's a tight fitting lid. It's got like a little snap to it. So on the sides here, so this lid, when it goes down, it's down. I like that because, you know, the lid doesn't come off. There's the snap, and I like that snap on there. So as far as the tank goes, will I buy more of these? Yeah, I will, because you can never have enough tanks. You just can't.
No,
and
I'm finding that to be true too.
And I might have a slight, ever so slight, small plastic crack problem. But
don't we all?
But is it a problem if you can admit it? I don't think so. So
admitting's the first step. I know that.
Yeah. So I mean, all kinds of goodies tonight. Hope you have enjoyed this unboxing. I hope you guys go out there and support that. Gale Force 9 will be putting out information relatively soon about organized play, and they're really wanting to do a lot of organized play. I was talking with some of the people over there, and yeah, it's coming. It's going to be grand, and it's going to be good. So keep your ears out for that. Patrick and I, thank you for watching. If you've got games that you need tokens for, hit us up on Recon Tokens. If you don't see what you want, get a hold of us through our Etsy store at Recon Tokens, and we'll make whatever you want. We don't charge a customization fee. I don't do that. I like making the tokens. It's fun. And so if you want Gaslands or something like that, give me a holler. I can build them for you. It's not an issue. If you liked what you saw, you know, and you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like and the subscribe button. Leave us a comment. You know, we appreciate that. And we're just thankful for you guys watching our craziness on stream.
Absolutely. I can't get enough of these tanks. Every time the new wave comes out, I just love going over them and all the ideas.
I get giddy. Exactly. I really do. I'm just like, new tanks, new tanks, new tanks. You know, so it's fantastic, and not to mention, I mean, the other games that we've still got to go through from Gen Con that we've got to unbox, and Andy just got a new Kickstarter game delivered to him today that we got to go through.
Yep.
So it's going to be great. So there's going to be more content coming out. But
yeah, we're going to be playing more World of Tanks. You just played a game last night.
Yep.
I just played a game on Wednesday that I recorded that we need to upload, and you and I are supposed to play tomorrow, sir.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So we're going to have some fun there. We're going to have lots of fun.
Well, so if anyone is listening now or even later on YouTube, we are running a league for World of Tanks, and you can go to our Discord channel, or not our, but the World of Tanks Discord channel, for miniatures, that is, and you can join the league. And even if you play you and a friend at home on your kitchen table, as long as you are signed up for the league and track your games in the Discord channel, you can possibly win some nice prizes from us. For absolutely $0, and we'll ship them to you after the league is over.
Yep.
It's our endurance league. You have to earn up to 1,500 points, but you also have to win your games. And whoever has the best win record after hitting 1,500 victory points is going to be our, endurance winner. And we're playing on TTS or Tabletop Simulator. We're having people play at home if they'd like.
Yeah.
Live. Any way you would like to play, and then just track your games with us, and then we'll enter them into our league, and I'm entering them in week by week.
Yep.
And you don't have to even play in one. You can get 5 games in 1 week and then not play for 5 weeks. So it's entirely up to you, because we just want people to play and experience the game and share their experience with everybody.
Yep. So, and it's nice when you have a league that doesn't cost you any money and is so laid back, and and you get prizes.
Exactly, because I got stomped my first game, and Robert did some stomping his first game. So.
Yes,
and we didn't even play each other.
No, it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. I think we laughed more than we rolled dice, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
So that's all I got tonight, Pat.
Awesome. Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you really like the content. If you do, please click the subscribe, or not the subscribe, the follow button, so you're notified
Yeah.
when we go live. And then you can go check us out on YouTube. It's Recon Paint Gaming, to where we do all of our other videos that aren't streamed here. When we do get to record them and upload them there, maybe edited. We're going to be doing more content for World of Tanks, different mats, different types of tanks and lists, and different point values and stuff like that. But other than that, thank you guys. Have a good one
Yep.
and play casual.
See ya.
Later. Then you hit the stop streaming.